and the drums go like this. And the bass goes like this. And this is the guitar. Cha 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 cha. And how about some synthesizers? Because they go like this. Thanks, Comedy Podcast. Craig's Comedy Podcast. Craig's Comedy Podcast. Okay. Oh, yeah, I heard it's the best in the world. It's the best of the world. Hi, guys. Craig here. Don't worry, I'm not farming or anything. I'm actually doing a movie review for you. It's called a movie simply called Sheep Detectives. Ah. It's not about detectives being sheep. It's about sheep being detectives. This movie is just a simple concept of who done it, there were sheep involved, had heart, had humor, had everything. It's a British movie, it's an English movie, one of the best in 2026 so far right now. Um, it's a lot of fun, it's got a lot of heart, it's got a lot of humor, and it made me cry like 3 times in the movie. To bring tissues. Um, and it did have some big names in it, which I'll review in a spoiler review because there's quite a bit to talk about in a spoiler review, but this is just a simple whodunit. This is a normal British movie, which is about as you can see behind me, it's all about a farm with a barn and sheep, but there's no sheep behind me, so probably I ate them all. Um, the themes basically are just like if you forget about things, they're gone forever. But if you don't forget things, they're with you the whole entire time. I'll reveal what that means in the movie because it's a very strong meaning in the movie. But yeah, and the other the other thing is basically the other theme is doesn't matter when you were born, you're still human or sheep. It just It's just a human concept of saying, "Don't worry, we got your back." And the other one is just a simple thing of, "Hmm, let me put my Inspector cap on." Yeah, those are the themes. Oh, we're done the non-spoiler stuff. Let's get into the spoilers. Spoilers. There's a lot of things happening in this movie. Simply starting off with Hugh Jackman as a farmer just just writing a letter to, I presume was his daughter. Well, we presume it's his daughter, but we find out in a well, his girlfriend. We thought it was his girlfriend at the start, but we find out during the rest of the movie he's actually got a daughter and slash sister that's American. So she comes over to America after we find out he's been murdered. And Mrs. Simple is a clever way of saying who done it because all I can say is that it was a reporter that did it with the help of Emma Thompson's lawyer, because it was a very clever way of saying, "Oh yeah, it was this American woman. Get her out of here. We don't want her here." Meanwhile, this the lawyer is like for the money, obviously, because this American's rich, and these sheep. When they've read all these murder mysteries and everything, all they kept saying was like, "You did it." And Patrick Stewart's character was so funny in this movie. He had this disease that disease was a disease, and he was like, "Bleh." So when he met these sheep at the end of the movie, they were just like, "How's it going for the sheep?" Bleh, bleh. And he's like, "Oh my God, you got a bleh disease." And it's got the sheep in this are really the heart and soul of this movie. Like they solve the mystery and everything. The police officer is so stupid. Like every so like if you see like a banana peel, your first option would be to pick it up. No, this guy would just simply be like this, and he would just blame it on someone around near him. But it would just simply be a banana peel on the floor. And this guy felt like he had a mental health, was having a mental crisis. Like he was like seeing sheep everywhere he went when he was trying to solve the case. One time he looked at the mirror window. He was very tired because the sheep put a murder novel right in front of him, and he was like, "These sheep, man, they make me feel like I want to go to sleep." And his reporter was like, "Oh, there you are. You look like you've seen something evil." And yeah, there was simple like suspects. Like suspect number one was a butcher's, obviously, because they had the cleavers. One of them had like two German shepherds, so they were meant to be the bad guys, but they weren't the bad guys because they were herring. They had a nasty lady that scrunched up the letter that Hugh Jackman's character wrote to his daughter and slash sister, and then they had another guy that was like the priest. And in his garden, he had this poison berry that if someone eats it, they die. So obviously that was one of the murder weapons. And they had the American, obviously, because yeah, I mean she was there when it happened, basically. And but it was all about this reporter who was there from the very beginning. Like, he broke out of jail. He didn't wear a blonde wig or anything. He painted his hair blonde, like yellow and white, and it makes it blonde. And when he went into the shepherd's house, he he um he took a drink, poisonous drink, and they had a fight. And that's how the shepherd died. And then the reporter, wanted to get closer to the police chief so he could pin it on the sister slash daughter because he didn't understand who she was. But really, he was South African. So he had a South African accent. And these two sheep in the movie were so funny. You know, those rams where they have these horns, like those horns? Well, the only thing they wanted to do was ram stuff. And they did it at the end of the movie. They just showed up out of nowhere. And one of them was like, "Don't worry, Ruth, we're here." And the other one said, "Yeah, I don't know why we're here, but we're here." Like they have a bit of memory loss and everything. And they said, "Well, good thing you're here because this guy wants to escape and everything." And he was like, "Oh, do you know what this calls for?" Bashing! And bashing into his car and everything. And he goes flying. And then, and then to celebrate, they just say, "Ah." The themes in this movie, well, these sheep have a strict code about forgetting things. If they see things that are too dark or dramatic, they have a leader sheep that says, "Don't worry, we got a simple thing. Um, it's called misremembering." That's what they called it in the movie. Where if you close your eyes for about 10 seconds and close your brain, your sheep brain, from whatever's happening, it'll cancel out what you're saying. So in the movie, they kept using this all the time. But they actually use it to dramatic effect because when they find out that the butchers wanted to eat the sheep after when the shepherd died, um yeah, they said, "Oh my God, what have we done? We can't remember. We can't not remember anything." But this guy that was so old was like, "Yes, we can. We've been bred for this, so they forget about things and go back to the barn to die." And I was like, "That's sad." But these rams are just like, "Hey, didn't we get told not to cross the road?" Uh, yeah, but I think we're stupid to not cross the road, right? And next minute they cross the road. And then yeah, they use the humor to great effect. Like they had one funny joke in the movie where that made me laugh out loud. It was like these sheep were about to cross the road to solve the murder mystery, and they mm, they just looked at the road like, what's that? I think that's a road. And just when they said they didn't want to cross the road, a chicken simply crossed the road to get to the other side. And the chicken didn't even say anything. He just looked at him like this and waddled away. And then this sheep that was this goat that was watching the shit chicken was like, see, even the chicken crossed the road. And but yeah, this that goat was voiced by Bryan Cranston. He died in the movie, halfway through the movie. But his character was really sad. Like he wanted to be left alone because he was used for cruelty, for circus stuff. He was used for fights. He was used basically for anything until Hugh Jackman's character met him, and he said, "Back away, back away, back away." Bryan Cranston's goat. The goat's name was called Sebastian. The other one, oh, I remember these names. They're so funny. There was a goat. There was a sheep with fur over his eyes. You couldn't see where he was going, so they called him Woolly Eyes. And they called the um the two rams Gertie and Gertie and Gertie. So Gertie one and Gertie two, because they can't even remember each other's names. So they said Gertie, and they said yes. And and I had a sheep that was in charge of things like Ruth, I think was her name. She was in charge of the whole entire pack and everything. Um, yeah, Hugh Jackman only was in a movie for about 5 minutes, and he did a fantastic job. Like he used the humor really well. He was like reading a story and everything. He was like, and then and then it's bedtime, people. And all the sheep, when they said it heard bedtime, like and they didn't want to go to bed. It was like, hey, I have to go to bed too. And he shut the door and went to sleep. And then the next day he read the same book at the end and he said, the end. But Ruth, during the movie, we found out more about Ruth's character. Not only was Ruth the lead sheep, but she was the heart and soul of the movie. Like whenever she saw the shepherd was down, she would go over to it. And you know those support dogs where one of the support dogs will see you feeling a bit down and just jump on you to saying it's okay and do you need help? It's a bit like that. So like he just pats it and he feels happy. He's like, thanks, honey, and everything. Um, the other one I think was what was one of the things I said?
For themes.
Yeah, because I said about loss.
Oh no, I really like the one about you said about being, it's not exactly what you said, but something about what makes you human or makes you a sheep.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was doing. That okay, yeah, because yeah, this lamb was born in winter. And she sort of this lamb sort of whole entire thing happened in front of his eyes, and these sheep didn't want anything to do with it. And it was so sad because when they said go away, this lamb was like, okay. And when it left, it had a sad face. And when they were telling this dramatic, dark story about how sheep, if they died, they would become a puff of clouds, you just see this poor lamb just. Oh, that was also another thing. Death. For a kids movie. That was a heavy topic in the movie because they had little sheep, like baby sheep and everything. And they just said, "Please, if we die, do we stay dead?" And they're like, "No, we just become puff of clouds." we just become a big puff of white because my parents when they died, they were a big puff of white and everything. And when the main characters like Bryan Cranston's Goat and Hugh Jackman's Shepherd died, she expected him to be a big puff of white. But when she saw that he was dead, she was like, I think this is a game. Don't move. And when they said this is a game, the other sheep just looked at him like a sad face said, Ruth, I think he's dead. And she was like, no, no, he's not. And then during the whole entire movie, she actually learns more about what death is. And being about sheep and human, well, they didn't really bring it much into the human side, but to the sheep side, the winter lamb was the American's goat. So when the American came around, sheep had a winter lamb saying, "Hey, are you a cutie, aren't you?" And we found out in the movie it was her lamb that was brought to the farm so that the shepherd could look after it. And the shepherd whispered something to the lamb that was very not audible. So during the movie, he revealed what he said, and he said, "It doesn't matter if I'm a winter lamb, I'm still a part of your pack." And everything. And the other sheep like, no, you're not. Ugh. And um, there was another funny thing I just remembered now because it just made me smile and laugh. Um, when it revealed that one of the sheep had the virus, then one of the sheep was like, "Was it virus?" And he's like, "I'll show you." Ugh. And one of the other sheep was like, dead, playing dead. And, and he's like, see, that's it. But yeah, during the movie and everything, man, it was dramatic. Any questions?
That was very good. Your analysis of the winter sheep part was really, really good. It
Do you
was
want to know about the human? Do you want to know about the human side,
yeah, sure.
like the murder mystery?
Mhm.
Okay, so the murder mystery was basically, these Agatha Christie books where if you read them, there's always a suspect, a murderer, and a description about what they want. Well, during the movie, they showed us three prime suspects, but they threw us off the curve because they revealed to us that with the narration, they said that the butcher he didn't like the shepherd because he wanted a sheep. So when he died, the butcher was in his car counting all the sheep. Turns out he had 17 and he passed out snoring because he counted all the sheep because they make you go sleepy. Um, There was another butcher that had these German shepherds that met the shepherd before he died. So he went to have a chat with him. And apparently he wanted his pack, like the shepherd's pack, to go to his farm. And we find out during the movie he's trying to kill them to make meat, because that's what butchers do. And and the other one was this cranky old woman. He was in charge of the whole entire thing, like she was the mayor. And this officer was so stupid that when this reporter guy, I think his name was Peter, Peter something, because it was South African. It was a South African name. When this police officer showed up, he was like, "Hey, how's it going? Yeah, this guy clearly died, as you can see. I don't have anything else to report to you. Goodbye." And he walked away, and he said, "Hang on, what about the fingerprints?" I was like, "I didn't think of that." And they had the lawyer, which was Emma Thompson's character, and she wrote a will, and the will said two murderers, one suspect, and one person that will have the land. And they revealed those during the movie that the two murderers were, of course, the butchers. The American was the owner that wanted the land because she got about $20 million in cash, which is a lot. And the other one was just like a simple victim, which was a the not fairy floss the flower lady. And Emma Thompson, when she was explaining everything, they all started talking, and she just simply just tapped in the glass and said, "Thank you." But yeah, the detective was so stupid, but he figured it out at the end with the help of the sheep that the American lady that they thought did it, they sent her to jail. She was about to go to county jail, like in London somewhere. And then in the movie, he revealed that it was actually a reporter that planned everything meticulously. Like he planted evidence under someone's shoe. He he did everything complicated. Um, and yeah, that's the human side. What I thought about this movie was it was very heartful. It had very good humor. It made me sit on the edge of my seat, and it made me cry. So I'll give this movie 10 out of 10.
Great. Do a sign off, and then we're gonna look at the trailer, and you're gonna help me to put some scenes to some stuff because I think we should chop
Okay.
up the trailer so we can see things that you
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about. But give a sign off now.
Okay, guys, this is Craig signing off for the for this episode. But don't worry, I'll be back for the next one. Bye.